Do you like basketball? No. Mm-hmm. I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not. Me too.
Point. Good counter jab
Good
there.
counter. God, the one time I had a good rebuttal to Pablo. Pablo didn't own me in the freaking market of ideas. The cameras.
It's marketplace of ideas.
Market. I'm just like, hey, could I get 3 ideas, please? I'll take some of those in the back. Hello, everybody. State of the League podcast. Every NBA team every week. You guys know the fucking deal. I'm your host, Jack, aka joestar. With me, as always, the world famous Pablo Escobar. We are joined today by one Matthew Sponhour to talk about the Hornets and everything else. LLMD. Is that Mike D'Antoni? What's that short for there?
Long
Matt?
live Musa Diabate. And that's what it says on Riverside. I don't know if that's I put my name down. I don't know if it shows up for people who are listening.
Well, yeah, we don't. That's actually been a problem before. Yeah. When we did the Knicks episode, we had Chris, who was he's a Knicks beat reporter, and we had Joel Moran on as well, who obviously you know. And in the comments, we don't put people's names on or anything, or like we haven't. Maybe we should start when we do shit like that.
Because of the surveillance state.
Yeah, one of the comments was just like, you have got to start tagging these people. I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. And so, yeah, no names can be confusing, I guess.
It was a big week for you, Matt, because you and the Stay Hot guys. There was a huge game. It was like the
Super Bowl.
It was a really big game.
It was like your NBA Finals.
Yeah,
do you get to go to the game itself too, or no?
No.
Did you have to fly yourself out there? You had to buy plane tickets and shit? Damn.
What do you get for free? Just the spot.
I get to go to the thing, and I get to meet a whole bunch of people, and
it's called networking.
It's a whole lot of fun. I saw our good friend Carson, who lives in San Francisco. Anybody who wants his address, comment below.
He didn't
put it in the Waymo app. Put Carson Turd Sesh on Waymo.
I got to use the Waymo app.
Oh shit! It's just Filipino guys, right?
Really?
That's what they're saying, but they're doing a great job.
they think they're playing Need for Speed over there. It's way different.
It was crazy.
How much is it? Is it affordable?
Yeah, it's like the same price. Maybe cheaper sometimes.
Yeah, so it's all there is in San Francisco. Like, isn't it like way more Waymos than anything else as far as like getting around goes?
I Ubered multiple times, and I took an actual real life taxi for the first time.
Whoa!
And I saw the meter going up, and I was getting stressed the hell out, bro.
I bet. Damn, that's like a whole element of stress I've never had to encounter. It
was like $50 to get from the airport too. It was a total scam.
Well, I'm imagining
whatever.
Like in movies, they would be like, and take the expressway, that's faster or whatever. Like watching a taxi driver take a way that you know is slower and then visibly seeing your fee go up as a result of that would make me so upset. Like I would throw a fit in the back of a cab.
I had that in an Uber once where like there was a number on his screen that was steadily going up and up, and I did not have a lot of money in my bank account. It was like an emergency type situation. And so it took a while before I was like, is that the number? It's like, don't worry about it. Like, okay. And
I'm a little worried right now, actually.
It was crazy.
What did you think? What did you think of the Super Bowl, Matt? Do you have any insightful stuff?
I thought the game itself was not that great, of course. Like, I'm not surprised that the Patriots offensive line got kind of overwhelmed, and really like everybody on the Patriots offense did. So, it was what it was, but I was 0-2 in the last 2 Super Bowls, so I was glad to get one right. And I also had Seattle by the biggest margin on the Stay Hot podcast. So,
shit.
So I got a huge win. I got a huge win that way that I was desperately hoping for. So shout out to the Seahawks. I like San Francisco. I thought it was a very nice city. I thought it was really warm. I thought there were a lot of cool buildings.
Okay.
I don't know if I got much else on the San Francisco trip. Carson's living a bougie life for the record, so everybody knows.
Oh shit! That nerd sesh money's got to be. It can't be that.
He's like
crazy. Come on.
You get there and he's talking about like, oh yes, my Italian book club. Let's go get the best margarita pizza in the city. It's like, get the hell out.
Yeah. But be done by 6. My Portuguese tutor and I have a meeting.
Oh my god!
No joke. This guy's like, I just love learning languages. Get the hell out of my face, bro.
Just love learning
I like video games and TV.
That's what
I
I'm
love
saying.
learning languages and scrolling basketball reference to memorize the rosters of the 1962 teams. But so Matt, did you probably didn't run into this guy, but did you see the guy asking a big? Well, I'll just ask you the question: Would you rather have the Panthers win the Super Bowl or dinner with God?
I didn't see that guy. I mean, I would rather have dinner with God, probably. The Panthers just
because you
in
could
the
ask
Super
the
Bowl,
you could ask the Panthers to win the Super Bowl.
Right. I'm like, what can we make happen, bro? I could talk them into it. And if it's just the Panthers in the Super Bowl, like they're not quite at the level that they need to be for me to feel confident they're going to get a win.
Yeah.
So
you just be
would I rather
embarrassed on national TV.
Would I rather meet God or see him lose? Like probably meet God.
I don't know.
Did you see the Kyle Juszczyk video that I'm referencing?
No, I have no idea what you're referencing.
A guy was going up to NFL players. He went up to Kyle Juszczyk and he said, "Would you rather win the Super Bowl or have dinner with God?" And then Kyle Juszczyk was like, "I'd win the Super Bowl." He's like, "But," he's like, "But you could ask God for the Super Bowl."
Yeah, the way he says it is so incredible. Where he goes, "What if you could ask God for the Super Bowl?" And then the guy's just like, "The fuck are you talking about right now?" I saw someone that we got a report from whatever NBA source that they're gonna flood. Sorry, can you guys hear the siren outside?
No,
I can't hear it at all.
Good. There's nothing happening. Never mind. Fucking cut that. No, we got a report that like All-Star Weekend, the NBA is really going to focus on like its content creation and stuff. And I saw a reporter tweet out that they were like, last year, the last guy who got to ask a question for like media pulled out a Knicks jersey and had the guy sign it. It was like a TikToker who was like, "Can you sign this for me?" And then he signed it, and they were like, "All right, questions are over. We're done."
Adam Silver is trying to create an Emerald City route artist moment of his own, and I just don't think it's going to go down like that for him, unfortunately.
It's because Jesser doesn't have the sauce that Bladen has. Bladen's delivery there. People are like, "Oh, it's so cringe." I'm like, "This is an artist at work, dude."
So
it was so funny watching it the first time, and then you get a second wave when you're like, "Wait, that was him?"
It's literally Bladen doing it. What really got it for me, and I guess I brought this up on Stay Hot, so if you've listened, like my fault for repeating
double
myself,
dip. Come on.
It killed me that like the response from JSN, not like awesome. Obviously, he wasn't thinking it, but the caption to the video is Bladen post new JSN nickname unlocked, big green check mark.
We could shorten it to ECRA. Yeah, thanks, dude.
He was so ready for that one too. Like it makes the clip.
Oh yeah. No, never in his life will. That was the thing last year. Was Jesser and like they had Jesser and Kevin Hart on a broadcast together. I believe was the thing, or at least like doing coverage together. And it's just like I don't know. I did when I was in like middle school. I did used to watch some of the Jesser videos, but like it's just not a kind of content that will ever work on live format or for like if you're older than like 14.
Well, that's the question you got to ask is maybe they're going after everyone under 14 because I just watched a video where there's the second most watched YouTube channel right now behind Mr. Beast is a family channel that I've never heard of, and this guy has a daughter who's like 16 or whatever, and she has a crazy name. It's like Seychelles or something like that. And like she had a meet and greet where millions and millions of people showed up, and they're like, she's the second most famous person in America she's the second most famous person in America behind Taylor Swift. She's the #1 most searched person on famousbirthdays.com. And it's like I'd never even had the faintest idea of this person. So maybe the NBA is tapping into that kid money. But
it's hard to imagine even what could happen at the All-Star game content-wise, where it's like it gets posted to Twitter and everybody is like really into it and all really like it. Like, what could even possibly go down? I think it's kind of an like unworkable task. No, like, what are you gonna do?
I have no idea. I've always been in the favor of every event fully scripted and have people come out and stuff. And I think that would, like, to me, that would entertain me more. But nobody else would ever buy into that. Adam Silver would never do it. But especially, like, imagine, I don't know, imagine like you need like a villain to come in or whatever, and it's like Isaiah Stewart comes running out. He comes 94 feet down the court in the skills challenge or whatever, and he just like lays out Wemby with a folding chair. That's the kind of shit I'm trying to see. But
I'm trying to see a compilation of asking players, would you rather win an NBA championship or have dinner with God? And then just see it and see who says no. There's only one other guy who said no besides Kyle Juszczyk, or who said Super Bowl. It was James Cook. He's like, win the Super Bowl or dinner with God? And he was not enthusiastic. He said win the Super Bowl. And then he gave him such a bad look, the guy didn't even ask a second question. but everyone else takes it as a freaking chance to be like, oh yeah, I just want to thank him for making me the man I am today and stuff like that. It's like, all right, pandering here. And also I love George Pickens had a good answer where he's like, dinner with God. And then because he asked George Pickens $10 million or dinner with God? And then George Pickens was like, dinner with God for sure. And then he's like, why dinner with God? And he always wants people to be like, because he's my Lord and Savior or whatever. And George Pickens is like, because I could ask him for $50 trillion.
Nice.
Really good. So would any NBA player say championship? Like, I feel like
I think if NFL I feel like it's more likely an NBA player says.
That's true.
I just kind of figure in a more left-leaning league, but maybe that's a bad read.
Well, it's just it's very tough because every time a player gets on camera, I feel like they rip off.
Here's the thing,
out to God.
Kyle Juszczyk, like really good at his position, right? Doesn't make a crazy amount of money because he's a fullback. James Cook might take the $10 million because like running backs don't get paid that much. The stars in the NBA,
James Cook was Super Bowl or dinner with God. Just to be clear.
Okay.
Pickens was 10 mil or Super Bowl with God.
Does Pickens make enough money? How much?
No, Pickens is going to get paid. He's going to get paid. So but he gamed the system. He low key cheated when he said that God would give him $50 trillion.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is a lot of these people are like, could I ask God for something? What guarantee do you have there? I feel like he'd be like, yeah, go back and work for it. You know, I put you on earth for a reason.
I think the only guarantee you have is a nice dinner and a convo with the big man. You don't necessarily get anything.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. I'm on board with that.
Here's my question. How mad is God at me if I take the Super Bowl? Yeah, is it like Is it like I'm gonna go to hell?
Yeah,
no, sure, because then like I'm not.
Did he make the reservation already? I'm gonna need more details. And also,
he's at the restaurant just sitting there, and he's like, "More water, sir?" And God's just like, "I guess. I thought he would be here by now."
If you don't show up, he's just like lightning that guy, lightning him again, lightning his mom. Also, Steve Smith was like, yes, Steve Smith. Steve Smith's like, oh, that's a tough one. You know what? I'll take a round of golf with God. And then the interviewer's like, yeah, that nice answer. And so that's actually smarter if you're making demands of God, because more deals happen on the golf course than, well,
you're probably going to lose badly, though. You're not winning that round.
How much is he using powers, and what kind of are you playing up?
Which will be cool like the first 3 holes, but then it's like, dude, you can't get a hole in one on this like 500-yard par 5. Like,
yeah. I would like. I don't know. It would be hilarious if like God was cool, but just straight up cheated whenever you played any game. He like bends space time. He's like
making you do worse, and you can't say anything. Obviously.
You're like, I am 2 inches shorter every hole. Is this you? He's like, no, it's not me.
It's not me. I think it's the wind, dude. This green's tough, dude.
The wind, that's you too, bro. Like,
I guess he is
Fucked.
the wind, low key. I watched. Have you guys seen the movie Children of Men?
nope.
No.
Oh my god, you would both love it so much. It's so good. I watched it last night.
I have a question.
What?
It's February, man, and we're still rocking the Santa hat.
I
feel like-
told you I have plans
Well, I'm not
for March. I have plans for
No,
March.
no, you told me. You told me like
I told you
maybe
before.
in December you had.
Then
big
you
plans.
came on again, and I gave you an
And
update.
I gave you shit about this like January 10th, I think.
Yeah.
It's February 11th.
Well, the tough part
and
is
like you could easily be in Valentine's
That's
Day
what I'm
mode or
saying.
whatever, but
It's harder to find.
me Google Valentine's hats.
I'd
Let's see
have
what
to go on
comes up.
Amazon, and of course, I'm concerned about the consumption of the energy on the roads from Amazon and just fueling that kind
Yeah,
of
bro.
machine. So
Yeah.
I'd love to. Maybe if someone offered me the chance at $10
Mhm.
million or a dinner with God, I could have dinner with God and ask him for a new monthly
a
themed
hat for
collection.
everything. Yeah,
But that guy didn't come up to me. And by the way, that interviewer has a yarmulke on sometimes. So I don't know what situation is like going on. I don't know if he's Jewish or not, but it's crazy.
Okay, that rocks. Well, is your March thing? Is this like a grassroots, like ethically sourced hat that you're not getting from Amazon, and that's why it's taking so long to come around?
Well, no, I just think it'll be easier to get.
Okay, dude.
At
Whatever.
a
what are you going for March?
it'll be March 1st. Everyone will see.
It's not happening.
You'll all see.
It's obviously not happening.
Yeah, and and this is just like using dinner with God would never happen. And then me and God are laughing over the first shot of a juice made of a fruit that isn't on Earth, and we say, Sponhour thought this would never happen. Let's give him. Let's hurt his bones a little bit. Let's make him more frail for fun. That's what we're up
God
to.
wouldn't do that. And I honestly think you would have buyer's remorse as like God's like, well, I'm not going to tell you any of the secrets of the universe because that's cheating. I'm not gonna
You
give
used your
anything.
one
Like,
thing. You used it.
He's
on
like, we're
weakest
having dinner.
one.
That's pretty crazy, right?
Oh my God!
And then
he
you're
would
gonna
be-
look down from the heavens and you're gonna see me running for like 250 yards in the Super Bowl, and you're gonna be like, damn,
Oh
shit.
shoot!
sucks.
Oh shoot!
See, the whole time I haven't been assuming that you go off in the Super Bowl. I haven't been locked into like the question isn't Super Bowl MVP or dinner with God. It's just win the Super Bowl. So I've been thinking like maybe a couple fair catches or something in there. But 250 yards. Now, God, you're going to have to give me $50 trillion if that's on the line.
You don't want that MVP because then you have to go to Disney World, right? Like it's contractual obligation. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take that day and take the pictures. And
I don't want to burn the day, but I'll do it to cement my place in NFL
It's
history,
worth it. A
probably.
day for me.
Is it?
You know the kind of stuff I've spent full days doing in my life? Like a lot dumber shit than going to Disney World, dude. The idea that that's like an inconvenience that you're like, I'm good. It's just not worth it at that
Malcolm
point.
Smith. What does Malcolm Smith get out of it? I think he's like, ugh, I just had to waste a day.
He's talked about it on the State of the League podcast here 12 years later. That's pretty big.
What? For some reason, I heard it as he talked about it with us on Stay Hot. I was like, you had him on?
No.
And what? Where is he? Is he in anything? Does he have a podcast or anything?
I have no idea.
By the way, LaShawn McCoy, his podcast, and what's his name? Acho? Do they record every night? I'm on a night 3 of their live stream coming up on my TikTok, and I'm like, what do you guys? It's the off season. Do you guys do 5 days a week? It's crazy.
You got to tap in and figure out. Maybe I have no idea. I almost never listen to any player podcasts. I won't lie.
I never do. I don't.
Because
like-
their insight will go over your head.
Probably.
That's true. Yeah. That's what Jeff Teague and those guys are always talking about is X's and O's stuff. And so I'm just like, I I'm done with this. I saw he got into a fight with, I think a football guy, Zaire.
It is a
or
football
something.
guy, and I don't know. I didn't know who he was either. So unfortunately,
I know who
that's what they were
apparently-
arguing about.
Well, I saw. Hold on. I saw one Twitter reply about this. So basically, what they were saying was that they had him on multiple times, so it was disrespectful for Teague not to know who he was because, like,
he knew who he was, but they were having like an argument about the fame of NBA players versus NFL players, and I guess
so then he tried to.
Yeah, he was
tried to like big dog him by like pretending not to know his last name, and then Franklin was like, "I'm not."
I think Jeff Teague was right, but he was mean about it. He's like, nobody knows the name Zaire Franklin,
Zaire Franklin is like a modestly. He's not a household name, obviously. NBA players are obviously more famous.
And Jeff Teague said, "It's not Smith. It's not Zaire Smith." And I was like, "That's true. I do know who that guy is." And it was funny because Zaire Franklin was like, they're like, when you go to the game, are you on the Jumbotron? He's like, I was on the Jumbotron at the Pacers game. So it's just
that is cool power scaling. It's just like, I got a tribute video. You'll never in your life get a fucking tribute video, bro. It is tough. I wonder like if that cuts Jeff Teague at all when someone says you got traded a bunch of times. They were just throwing your ass around the league. Like, I wonder if he cares about that at all, because I don't know if that's better or worse.
I think it would. Coming from another athlete where it's like, I'm better at my sport than you are at your sport, it probably does bother him, because he was angry too, and he was, yes. Yeah. He's at the scene of the crime again. He's always there. That's what they say. Jeff Teague.
Yeah, he's gonna be telling this story in 20 years. He's gonna be like, I was actually there on the Jeff Teague podcast when he got into an argument with Zaire Williams.
Zaire Franklin.
Who cares?
Don't disrespect him.
This is a good example, because I watch every football game. I'm fucking locked in. I never heard of this guy before. So yeah. We're not here to talk football. We're here to talk Charlotte Hornets and dominant basketball. So we're 20 minutes in. I have a
question for you guys.
Okay, rip it.
If I was Musa Diabate and I was getting into a fight like that, and you guys were my Hornets teammates, what type of reaction could I expect from you? Would it be like, you're pulling more of like a Duncan Robinson type, like you're standing by and like watching it happen and like maybe shaking your head a little for the cameras to be like, I disapprove, guys, this isn't right? Or are you more in the sense of his role in the fight? Are you more of a Miles Bridges type, and you're gonna like step in and make things worse and get suspended?
In the sense of the role in his fight,
right,
and no other axis of his life. No, I'm not getting in the fight, because it's money. If you get suspended, you lose the money from the games, and I would be pissed if like maybe the adrenaline in the heat of the moment, I would get into the fight.
So money is more important to you than standing up for your podcast guest.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Pablo, what about you? You're just not a fighter. I really feel like the money factors into it zero. You're just scared.
Well, I mean, because freaking everyone does UFC these days. You catch one hook to the temple, you could be dead.
What if you were a big, strong NBA player?
Okay, what are my stats?
Isaiah Stewart level.
Well, I'm killing Miles Bridges easily. And
the issue, you're on the Hornets because I'm Musa Diabate.
Okay, friendly fire. Pat Tillman. Sorry, it's going down. R.I.P. Pat Tillman. Anti-war. But people, listen. Has Isaiah Stewart ever been in the wrong? Because even
he tried to fight LeBron.
Yeah,
LeBron probably.
So I think yeah.
And I forgot about this. He tried to fight Drew Eubanks. Do you remember this? It was like after or before a game. It was in the tunnels. I forget the circumstances, but we don't know the cause of that. But white, so could very, very easily deserve it. But,
I mean, yeah, Drew Eubanks seems like he would get folded. I'm not gonna lie.
And even in this moment, when Isaiah Stewart is charging over to Miles Bridges, cowardly Miles Bridges closes the assistant coaches in front of him like it's a freaking elevator screen, and Isaiah Stewart pulls back, spreads them, and then goes in for the hits. Isaiah
Whoa.
Stewart's a hero, I think.
Well, he sacrificed his all defense spot for this fight, so
Was
He
he?
did.
Does he play enough? Because you need 65 games, 20 minutes.
he's missed 4 games straight up, and he's missed another 8 games due to the 20-minute thing.
He was donezo.
No, he had 12. So he had missed 12 games, and we're pretty well past the halfway mark at this point. We're around 50 games in. I think he could have made it. And if he hit 65, I would have had him all defense. I think he's been crazy. But yeah, 7 games for him.
By the way, we got 5 missed from Shea, Matt. I don't know if you've heard. We're getting closer.
Cade MVP. It's gonna rock the world.
We don't even
Balled
need
out.
a Luka injury. I don't know if we even do. I think just Shea could get it done.
So Isaiah Stewart,
Isaiah
7
Stewart
games.
7,
7.
Bridges 4, Diabate 4, Duran 2.
Duran 2. How does that make you feel? Because he instigated the whole thing.
I mean, I got mixed feelings about this whole thing. First off, like, not gonna have a lot of neutral fans take our side because Miles Bridges is on our team, right? Hard to entirely disagree with that. Obviously, like, you guys know where I stand. Pretty frustrated that he's on the team. Had a million opportunities to trade him. Had opportunities to trade him to Detroit.
Crazy.
We could be the
Oh,
good guys in
that-
this
yeah.
situation.
It's true.
They wanted him. They're like, he's our guy. He's a Michigan guy. We should have been like, okay, cool. But, you know, I thought that Diabate and Duran were both, like, as the game went on, getting more physical and escalating. I'm guessing the reason why they went 2 for Duran and 4 for Diabate is because they're saying that, like, Diabate's the one who made it physical by, like, headbutting or whatever. I kind of thought both of them put their head down in that moment.
I
though,
agree.
if I'm being real with you. Although I'm getting a lot of tweets on my timeline where it's like, this is proof we don't live in a shared reality, because clearly it's all Diabate, and it's like, all right, that's
No. Well,
maybe a
hand to
touch
the face is
extreme.
crazy. Hand to the face is crazy. We see headbutts, like head-to-head contact all the time that
right.
really we don't get anything from. To me, Diabate got 4 because you do get like a full wind-up swing at Duran.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
and if that thing
like-
had landed, it would have been crazy.
Yeah. What I liked,
so-
we got the lip reading from them, and Duran called him a bitch, and you can't do that in the NBA. Those are fighting words. And Diabate, who I've been informed English second language guy, I think French is his first language. He responded to "You're a bitch" with "I'm gonna kill you." I really liked that. It was just like full on 0 to 100. You're a bitch. Fuck you. I'm gonna
Good to
kill
kill
you.
you.
I'm gonna kill you. So yeah, after that, I guess 4. Maybe if they count the language, I guess.
Yeah, I thought it should have been the same for him and Duran. And I'm not like mad at Diabate. Like, obviously he overreacted, but it happens like in heated moments like that. But I think there's too many people online who are like, that's like, you gotta react like that when someone puts your hand in your face. It's like, look, it's understandable too. Like, I get it, but like, it's not good. It's not good to get suspended for 4 games for no reason.
Especially
Well, not
when
for
you
no reason,
are
but it's like, it sucks, dude.
pretty
I'm trying to-
important to this fucking Hornets
Very
team.
important.
And
Like,
for a team that's trying to break the longest playoff drought in the NBA right now, like, it would be really cool if we didn't have like, well, I've got to go get suspended for 20% of our remaining games.
Plus
moments. But,
cortisol spike.
yeah, plus a cortisol spike, plus
mogged.
Plus,
Hunt
like-
for sure mogged by Duran. Frame mogged and face mogged.
he's
Yeah.
incredibly frame mogged by
Hype
Durant,
mogged
which is
too,
like,
I believe.
all right,
Maybe like
all
an
right.
inch. I don't know.
All
I'm not
right.
going to consider that mogged.
All right.
I think by rule he mogged them, but it is what it is. I don't know. And then like all the Twitter stuff or whatever, it's like, you know, Hornets and Pistons fans fighting, and I didn't know that. I didn't know
Oh,
the
you
Hornets even
already
had
have
fans.
you already
And it's
have
like,
beef
all right.
with Jalen Duran, right? Because of him versus Mark Williams,
Right.
Yeah, so
We've lost. I mean, we've lost that whole debacle in glorious fashion. So it is what it is. But
Mhm.
no, like, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess.
Well, it's good beefing with Pistons fans. At this time last year, you guys were beefing with Wizards fans. I wrote that down. So it's like, hey, you're climbing the ranks as far as like seriousness of opponent goes.
Wait, what was it about last year?
Last year it was about
Like who
I
you'd
think
rather
both.
be.
I think both teams, both fan bases were like, "Yeah, we're ass. At least we're not those guys." And so then it was like a season-long thing where every time the Hornets and the Wizards played each other, it was like serious beef on my
Nice, like the Kings and Pelicans game.
Yeah, I guess. And so yeah, they're good now. They're good. Outside of, I mean, this fight is fucking crazy, but it's maybe a little unfair to the Hornets that this is like the news with them now because they have spent like 30 games being really good.
Well, one last thing on the fight. It was so funny that Diabate like had to be calmed down while sitting in someone's lap. Did you notice this? Like he spilled over into the crowd and was just on a guy for like 5 minutes. And they're like there's literally a moment where like the assistant coach is doing the like put my head next to his head and embrace him, like talk into his ear or whatever, and it's in this guy's lap, and he's just like
it went on for a long time. I mean, it kept going. They kept fighting about it, so it took a lot.
Well, the whole Isaiah Stewart relit it. It was like it was dying, and then as Isaiah Stewart runs in, it like reignites the entire thing on the other side of the court. So, yeah, it was fucking crazy. I guess I'm not that surprised to see suspensions from it and everything, especially with him being a repeat offender, as they say. He does like to fight, but
vigilante justice.
Is that good or bad?
It's for society to decide, and I don't care what they decide.
What the fuck are you talking about right now?
Vigilante justice. Batman.
No, I got that. I got. God damn it! Shut the fuck up.
I don't need to be understood.
He's not the hero they deserve. He's the hero they need. So Hornets 19 wins last year.
Right.
3 straight seasons below 30 wins. Yep, fucking pretty much complete dog shit for like a decade at this point.
What, 40... a decade of not making the playoffs? Whoa!
Is it 10 years? What is it? What is the streak?
It's 2016 was the last time they made it. They've never won a 7-game playoff series before. Yep.
Because it always goes 4. They sweep.
Yep.
No, they've never won a playoff series 2-7.
Yeah. So
they won
when it was best of 5.
They won when it was best of 5?
They've won a first-round series before when it was best of 5 back, like, first stint Hornets. Yes, we won a playoff series back then. But we've never made it past the second round any of those years, and now we've never won a playoff series since we've come back.
Okay. Any highlights from this last 10 years that you want to touch on? Anything stand out in your mind is beautiful.
They won
basketball.
43 games, and they were the 9 seed, and then they got smoked, and then they were the 9 seed a second time. Or the 43 was the second time they were the 9 seed. They got smoked twice in the play-ins. And I'm a little worried we're headed towards something similar. But I think this team's good.
I mean, who would they even play in the play-in right now? Like
this look, the Hornets, they're better than what their record is. That's very true. I'm just nervous that if, let's say, 2 of the starters are suspended for 4 games, we're not going to be able to climb our way out of, now we need to go in back-to-back elimination games, and I question whether or not we can do that. That just makes me nervous, as not like from the standpoint of what this team actually is, but what this team and franchise has been for my whole life.
It would be a Hornets end to it for sure. Like Nickeil Alexander walk. They would play the Hawks right now. So yeah, like 35 or something. It's just like, oh, that's the end of the year pretty much. But we do have 36 games that have been played since November 18th. They are, I believe, 21-15 since that mark. You've talked about it a couple times on your TikTok. They started the season 4-14, and since then they've been fucking rolling. 3rd ranked offense since then, 8th ranked defense, which is crazy, and then the 5th ranked net rating. So yeah, I feel like this is even though 9-game win streak just came to an end with this game against Detroit, we have a very big chunk of the season where the Hornets have not just been like, oh, this is exciting. Oh, this is an okay, but they've been like a legitimately very good basketball team. So what's jumped out to you in that span as far as like this year feels different from
Okay, well,
previous
specifically,
seasons.
it's that their guys are blank.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that more than anything. And I know that's kind of a boring answer, but it's true. I mean, it just is what happened. I feel like everybody's looked at the Hornets for the last 3 years and been like, well, like that's just classic Charlotte, whatever. And I'm not even blaming anybody for doing that. But like truly, how many of these seasons have just been, you know, Miller and LaMelo are going to combine for 40 games or something, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's completely over. Or like LaMelo is going to be banged up the entire year and his ankle's screwed up, and then we lose everybody, and then we're sellers at the deadline because of it. And there's just no way to be competitive if you're missing like 2 of your 3 best players or something like that. I mean, it's been a real big issue. Mark Williams, when they had him, like could hardly stay on the floor, and then had back issues. So when he'd be in, he like wouldn't be effective or whatnot. So the fact that like they've just had everybody good to go has been a big deal. Obviously, you add in Khan Knipple, and then it's like, okay, you got Khan, Brandon Miller, and LaMelo, and these are 3 guys who can really do a lot offensively. They can all put the ball on the floor. They can all really shoot. They can all really pass, and they're all pretty good decision makers, it feels like. And when you run this offense where I feel like they highlight a lot of movement, I love how much this team moves. And when, obviously there's a lot of like everybody screening and then popping out and just being an issue for different types of coverages. It's been super, super effective. So I think it's health and Khan being unbelievably good and an unbelievable like decision maker as a rookie, truly. Like his ability to just like quick fire instantly without thinking about it, and never, I feel like, being wrong and taking shots that he shouldn't, and always like finding the right guy. It's been a massive deal. And then Diabate has taken even another step from where he was last year. I thought he was a bright spot of the team. And this year, I mean, like, he's been good on defense. He's been an excellent rebounder. I think one of the big parts of this team being strong is their second chance opportunities. I think Diabate is the man for that, or the cause for that. So
yeah, I was looking. So he, even within this 36 game run, he has started 22 straight games. So they were okay for a little while prior to that, but since they inserted him into the starting lineup, it's really taken off. And like you're talking about, in that run, 4th in offensive rebound percentage. Diabate is Charlotte's 2nd in second chance points per game with him starting. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's like it feels like something that just doesn't happen to Charlotte. Both getting a guy
Being
on the
good.
Margins. Well, yeah,
Yep.
I mean that, but I mean, first round pick is immediately like sick as fuck, like rookie of the year.
Usually
level
they're bad,
talent.
and that's why we're bad almost always.
Yeah. Shout out to somebody
lightly.
someone on Twitter just posted your TikTok from like years ago where it was like, I wish we had drafted Scoot Henderson, guys. And they were like, look at this fucking dumbass, dude. Doesn't
Yeah,
he
bro.
feel stupid now? Now that we're, 80, we're 3 years in, and Brandon Miller is finally the 2-way guy that we were looking for. But now it's been dope. Yeah, I mean, but before this season, LaMelo and Brandon Miller only had 700 minutes together over the course of their entire careers. And so it was cool for those flashes, but it's been so refreshing to just see everybody on the floor at the same time together for them. Pablo, what are you thinking about?
Yeah, I have mostly the same stuff. The offensive rebounding has been huge. Since January 1st they've been the number 2 offense, I think, or over the last 15 games at least. The half court offense has kind of been mid. It's only 16th ranked, but they're just making up for it with the offensive rebound. So they've gone full Rockets mode. They're freaking Rockets maxing. And at first I thought, wait a second. These guys are chucking threes, though. All these guys do is chuck threes, but somehow they're getting offensive rebounding. Is this rare? That doesn't seem like that should
That's
be
the
able to
new meta.
happen. But then I looked at the list, and all the teams that get the most offensive rebounds either take a ton of threes or no threes. So that's just how it works, I guess. But yeah, Diabate has been. I just listened to Ben Taylor's podcast. They talked about the Hornets a little bit. He was glazing Diabate's defense. He was like, it was a 2-on-1, and then they threw a lob, and he read it, and he snatched it out of the sky and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He's incredibly quick for his size. That's a big part of it, and I feel like he's really grown on that end a ton.
And his motor is like part of it. He goes like 100% at all times, which is also probably not a smart idea to start a fight with that guy. That's why he's going back for seconds, because he's never going to freaking give up. But yeah, he's definitely looking like a legit answer at center. And then yeah, the three Con, Miller, and LaMelo, like every screen, every guard to guard action is working for them, because if you give them an inch of space, they go pew, and they all make it. And then this is a team, like, the concern with the construction of this team has always been, well, no one's can freaking get to the rim off the dribble. Well, guess what? We don't need to get to the rim off the dribble. We're getting to the rim off freaking screens and actions, and you're going to respect our shooting threat, and then we're going to move the ball, and that's how we're going to do. So I'm very interested to see. I hope this is not just a hot stretch, and I hope that this is legit.
I don't think it is entirely. I mean, they have been hot from three, probably a little more than you can expect to keep up forever and ever. I do think their issues with like just getting to the rim off the dribble like is serious, and I mean, sometimes when teams can run them off the 3-point line, like I think Detroit got to that a little bit towards the end of that game, and it really hurts them. I also think that it's not just like getting the rim; they're just kind of a slight team, especially compared to like a Detroit. So they can get pushed around a little bit, but I don't think they're like just totally phony or just like BS getting hot from three and nothing more than that for sure. I am worried that the health won't keep up. That's what could really get back. But even then, it's like Khan has no major injury history. Diabate doesn't like really. It's mostly just LaMelo, and Miller had one thing last year that he seems to be all right with. So I don't know if I'd call it a pattern.
What did Miller miss time with last year? What was his big thing?
It was a shoulder, right?
Well, that's what I was gonna. Is it the same thing? Because his shoulder has this huge fucking bandage on it. We've talked about it on here a couple of times, and so he's playing incredible basketball. But I really do, yeah, that's what worries me. I'm not worried about this being fake, especially because, like I said, for them to be a top 10 defense for more than 30 games is crazy. Like, I feel like that is indicative of more sustainable basketball than anything they've shown prior to this point, where it was more like offensively slanted stuff. And so, yeah, I don't know, like going through all of it, I would also like to single out LaMelo as in the shuffle here. I feel like becoming an incredibly underrated player. I feel like between Con Knipple bursting onto the scene, rookie of the year-ish level guy, like just shiny new stuff, and then Brandon Miller hitting a level he really never has before, and LaMelo on the surface not having like his strongest season, especially as like an efficient scorer or whatever. I do feel like he has just become incredibly underrated as like a driving force behind this offense and stuff. I think he's been better than Brandon Ingram has this year. I would have rather seen him in the All-Star game than Brandon Ingram this year. And
was he not an All-Star? I haven't been keeping up with that stuff at all.
No, yeah, there's been multiple injury replacements that needed an American guy, and LaMelo didn't get the nod. But I mean, well, Siakam is tough because the Pacers are terrible, but the world team is kind of like,
right,
you know, making the quota or whatever. But yeah, I feel like LaMelo has been one of the best like impact beyond the numbers guys in the league this season, and it's really nice to see. You know, he's doing all the same shit that he has for years, and all of a sudden he's like a winning player now, as opposed to like he's got to change his tendencies. This like street ball kind of style.
The tendencies have never really been as big of an issue as like people think. Like certainly there are times where he puts up a three like too quickly, too difficult or whatever. But even then, like it's not that bad or whatever. His issue is the strength in getting to the rim. That's his issue as much as anything. And if you don't have that, like I do think there's kind of a cap on how good you can be. But certainly, like a lot of people, I think have seen the clips of him putting up those threes, and then like know LaMelo from social media, and then know that he's like, obviously sort of this, driving playmaker or whatever, like leading playmaker, I should say, and kind of just like assume that he is dragging the team down over the last couple of years when he's in. It's like, well, he's kind of like taking a bunch of shots, or because it's like Bryce McGowan's and Taj Gibson next to him or whatever, rather than Miller and Khan or whatever. And he's good off the ball, and I think he flows in and out of the offense in a good way. I think that's how people have been wrong about him for sure.
Pablo?
I think the bench has also been I don't know what the numbers say. I don't know where they rank amongst benches, but they have a lot more steady pieces. Like we got the Culk as holding down the center on defense.
Do you like?
We have real NBA players on the bench as opposed to like, well, we might as well because we suck. So
yeah. He
Bryce McGowan's will get minute, no disrespect.
double Bryce hit here in the past 60 seconds.
He was
That's tough.
He was rough. But yeah, like you have the Grant Williams and the Josh Green and the Kalkbrenner and those type of dudes for sure.
Grant Williams 9-4 this year with the Hornets.
Hey, coming off the ACL, shout out to him. That was one of the things that happened last. That was like the beginning of a skid for them last year. It's like he went down, and then immediately like Miller and LaMelo go down as well, and so it's just tough.
But
right.
Yeah, Kalkbrenner's still shooting 80% at the rim, which is crazy. He just finishes everything. But yeah, and then Josh Green, his offensive rebounding for his position is really red on freaking cleaning the glass. I also like how they always keep one of the three guys in with Miller, LaMelo, and Khan. And Miller as a point guard is very interesting because again he's not a rim penetrating threat, but he is a good ball handler for a wing, and he is a legit just good passer. Like he could throw live dribble passes with either hand. So I like some of the stuff with him, and then good Grant Williams is still an interesting player. He's probably still going to make more threes to hang around, but he's another guy who's just a smart like connective passer and smart positional defender. So yeah, the only guy that I look at that I'm like, I don't know about this is Trey Mann. I'm like, I don't know where we're.
That sucks because I love Trey Mann.
He's
too.
very cool.
I thought that he had such great potential. Like I don't know, last year, a couple of years ago, and it's just not come together with him. He's got this great handle, but I think he's a combination of too slight, sometimes a little bit too head down, and like the efficiency just isn't there.
Yeah, he is cool. But god damn. No, like yeah, it's just at some point you have to start making the shots. And it's also unfortunate like it's not oh you go.
Truly his archetype is just a tough way to live, It's tough to be that. It may be 10 years ago it's a little easier, but now you got to bring something else to the table.
Yeah, like you look at it's not 1-to-1, but like even Bones Highland I think is probably he's better for sure, and he bounced around a ton, and he's still like not like I don't think his spot in Minnesota is like locked in or anything. It's just at a certain like we don't need like niche offensive creators filling this 20-minute plug or whatever, especially on this Hornets team where it's like anybody if you're just rolling out Miller, Khan, LaMelo, any one of those three guys, let's just run the offense through them, and it'll be simpler for everybody, and it'll probably be way more effective.
I actually saw after we did our episode with D. Lee, we talked about small guards on that episode, and then I saw him. He posted on Twitter our conversation and then a different conversation from a podcast where they were glazing small guards, and they actually brought up Bones Highland, and they were saying like the difference, like even just the basic organization level of having a point guard helps you win the turnover battle. And so that's like their latent value or whatever. And they're like, even a Bones Highland makes a huge difference for Minnesota. And I thought it was an interesting perspective, as in like just having these guys on the roster to win the turnover battle. But I'm still out for a lot of reasons. But
All
Matt,
it took was 4 years for Bones Highland to become a guy who wins you the turnover battle. Everybody has enough resources to sink into a player like that.
My question is, my question with that would be like, okay, if Bones Highland is enough to make a big impact, like what? Then I could like get anybody off the street for this like. And what's
Well, that's a bit. Okay, calm down. Anybody, he's good.
How did he get on this roster again? Like, where was he?
He went Denver, LA, Minnesota. I don't remember the exact like exchange that got him to the Timberwolves, if it was a trade or free agency. But yeah.
But Matt, how do you feel? And I've said recently, like, even if we went back in time to the 2023 draft, knowing what I know now, but we get 100% outcome of Scoot Henderson, like he is what he's supposed to be. Would you rather have that Scoot Henderson or Brandon Miller?
I don't know. Like, what is 100% outcome Scoot Henderson? It's hard to say. Honestly, I think the mistake with scouting Scoot, and obviously like my mistake, right, is like, okay.
But that was the popular take.
Yeah. I don't think anybody should feel bad
sure. Like, it was popular, but that doesn't mean like you can't look back and say like, all right, so why were we wrong or whatever.
No, yeah,
I do
but
think
it's
that
not.
a lot of it is
look
like
at Sponhour, this crazy idiot.
right. It's not like that, and so don't do that.
Yeah, delete the tweet, dickhead. God.
Oh, I do have that one. I'm definitely taking Scoot or whatever. But I don't know. Like, I do think there's more to a player's like ceiling and who they are rather than just like their athleticism, their ability to like get to the rim, and their first step quickness. And I just think there's a lot of skills that like a Scoot. I guess we can say this now in retrospect. So it's hard to know what 100% Scoot is, but I just think Miller, like, you know, as a big guy who can really handle the ball, like, that gives you a pretty solid ceiling too. I don't want to put like a number or like a exact like accolade on where Miller could end up, but I feel pretty good about how good he could be. And you don't have to work through a lot of the limitations that you would have even with a peak Scoot, because you still are going to have a shooting issue for a guy that's 6'2". Like, that's a big thing to get past. So I think there were like a little bit too much talk, or there was a little bit too much talk about like how he fits with LaMelo that I really felt like wasn't the biggest deal. Like, you really should go BPA or whatever, but I think that Scoot's issues were less like how he fits with LaMelo, and it's like how you have to build around him more specifically, even if he reaches that peak power. So I don't know. I'll say that I'm really happy with what Miller is right now. He's playing winning basketball at the moment, and it feels like he's got less like easily exploitable flaws than even Thompson does as well, right? So I'm just happy with how he is right now. And if a peak Scoot who, I don't know, crazy first step was like crazy around the rim and also a great passer and can really like lead an offense, like maybe he would be a nice type of player to add to this team. I don't know. It's tough to say.
We got Kobe White. I'm not worried about it, man.
Yeah, we're cool.
Well, I mean,
how do you guys feel about the Kobe White? Or let me not change the topic just yet.
No, I don't give a fuck. Well, I was just going to say, looking back, it felt like a lot of the Scoot hype was like, you know, the Hornets, maybe this LaMelo thing is on the downslide or whatever. Maybe we are closing the book on the LaMelo era. Maybe we're looking for a new guy to build around. And
right.
Knowing that we
like,
know
it was like really,
true.
really early into things for people
Yeah,
to
I mean,
be
I
saying
agree.
that in 2023. And then, like, even then we drafted Miller, and then people immediately would start telling you, like, gotta move off LaMelo so Miller can be the guy.
Well, this
like,
goes back to what I'm
okay.
saying. It's like this this whole like he is destructive or whatever. Like
And this is the issue, is that I understand being like LaMelo might not be the guy up until like this last like 30 game stretch because he hasn't played, and you're like, well, we can't. We're going into year 4 at the start of the season. It seemed like where it's like the guy's just not playing at all, and he's not developing like at all. And I think he's good, but I just don't want every season to be like I could check out at game 20 and be fine because our top player isn't good to go and we have no chance if that's the case. I understand it from that perspective. But the perspective that everybody else had is like LaMelo is like, evil or whatever and wants to ruin the game for everybody so he can get likes on social media. And it's like, that's not really true. And you don't really need the move off of LaMelo for Miller to be maximized. I don't agree with that either.
No, I completely agree. And I agree. I'm very much to go to the Kobe White part of it. I like it. I want a trillion threes. I just want to see what happens. And it feels like they're in position where, like, looking at where their team ranks, I was surprised. They're like, I think 5th in 3-point attempts and around there in like percentage.
Who all is ahead of them?
It's teams that are on bullshit. It's like the Warriors and a few others where it's like, with the Hornets, there's like a method to the volume and stuff, and it feels like it's part of a larger approach. Whereas a team like the Warriors at this point, it's like, just get them up, boys, and that's all we got. Like, don't ask anyone to dribble or do anything else. Jimmy's dead. Steph's missing the All-Star game, and so with them, it feels like it's more of a necessity than it is like how they want to be playing basketball. And I think, I don't remember the other 4 teams ahead of them, but I do remember like the vibes just being very similar. So yeah, I like the Kobe White thing. I think another like very just solid ball handler to have on the floor with everybody else is good.
I agree. I think he kind of fits a little bit more than Sexton did. He's not having as great a season or whatever, but I like him as, just, I guess, a guy who can put the ball on the floor and shoot and all that and fits the identity. I thought this was about the right level of move. I was a little concerned that they were going to be like, we're hot, we got to go all in. And it's like, maybe the all in move just isn't quite there or whatever. Like, some people talk about Anthony Davis. I'm against the AD move off of, sorry, like, I just think the age and the injury, like, he's just not going to play, man. It'd be really dope on paper, though.
But those shooters are on Sabonis.
Oh my god!
It didn't even make any sense to me. The Sabonis rumors.
Were there for Charlotte? I don't
know if they were real or if it was just.
It seemed like every team that got AD rumors was followed up with like, Sabonis could be there too. Like, if you need a big, there's one available in Sacramento.
The Raptors were really into it, and it's like, what are you guys talking about? Like, that would be literally disgusting. Like, I wouldn't be able to have that on my TV at all. But yeah, Kobe is, I think he's like a less terroristic-y version of Sexton. I think he'll be good for them. So we should talk about the dude. We talk too much about guys you didn't draft. Let's talk about the guy you did draft, freaking Tijan Salam. Does he have a pulse? Is he alive? What do you think?
I think he's getting there a little bit. Like, it's still a work in progress for sure. But the big thing, like, if I had to boil it down to one, is that he's looked a lot more controlled and like coordinated on drives. And I think just at his size, he's going to have to be able to, someone on the team's got to be able to like help us get inside a little bit here. So I don't want to like overreact to marginal improvement, but I do think things have looked pretty solid. Or at least we've seen some growth.
Compared to like the worst player in the world last year, it's like, okay, well,
don't talk about my team, dude.
It's not him versus Cody Williams anymore. He's officially graduated out of the Cody Williams tier of that draft. And stuff.
He might be better than Patrick Williams right now.
Dude, I've just been like getting more Bulls people on my timeline. They want him dead. I did not realize how bad it is with Patrick Williams.
He's a case of like, he gets way too much like energy like directed towards him because like this is not at the top of our problems. But yeah, they absolutely despise Patrick Williams. I'll say someone posted a quote. They're like, he's not even the worst guy in this top 5. He might not even be the second worst guy. But I will say peak Patrick Williams nukes Okoro, but currently they're kind of the same thing.
Yeah, Tijan was 46% true shooting last year, 33% from the field. It was Gruggly. This year, not so. I think he's like a 65%. Now it's like phony on like basically 0 shots, but I think he's taken a step.
Well, it's nice that like the first step for guys like that is becoming a guy who can blend in on the court a little bit, who you don't notice out there as like, holy shit, it's salon minutes. He's falling all over the place or whatever.
But you do notice his smile, like All Might.
Yeah, he hits the fucking lat spread. And then, Matt, we got to get you on some anime, bro. You're not getting it. You just don't have the reference.
I know what a lat spread is.
You don't know about All Might, though, dude. Come on.
The symbol of justice. He smiles when he saves people.
All right. If you had to recommend one anime, and it has to be good within the first 5 episodes.
500?
So not 500.
We're not doing One Piece. It can't be.
Okay.
One Piece.
I'll say if the seasons are short, relatively, if they're normal length seasons, it's good by season 2. It's solid. It's good by season 2. And you had to recommend one. What is it? Because here's what bothers me about anime is I've tried a few, and then I feel like every time I'm like, I'm just not that into this show. It's like, well, I either didn't give it 40 episodes, which is like, come on. Or
it's
I've
like
watched
basketball.
the wrong
You need
one, of course.
Yeah, it's like basketball, dude. You need freaking sample size for the numbers to stabilize. What have you tried watching?
What did I tried? Attack on Titan. I think.
Okay. Oh,
I feel like that's the default. Try this one to start.
I do feel like that one gets good quickly, though.
I'm not the biggest Attack on Titan guy. Like, I think it's fine, but I don't think it's super representative of like the genre. Like, I'd never really watched anything else like Attack on Titan, and B, it is so like it's scary from the beginning. It's not necessarily something that I'm like excited. I always recommend Hunter x Hunter to people. Now that's like a bit longer. Yeah, I feel like it gets good from the jump. I don't think it gets
into it quick enough.
Fuck.
Well, I can deal with some slow paced stuff. That's not bad. What it can't be is like the pacing is slow specifically to pad it out.
Mm-hmm. Could we do Jujutsu Kaisen, Pablo?
I don't. Season 1 to me doesn't get into like season 1 is just fine to me. It's season 2 is when it gets freaking crazy. But
fuck.
Well, like I feel like Freerun is good pretty quickly, but that's a different type of.
Let's just chill. We're hanging out.
Solo level? No.
What about Evangelion? Have you guys seen that?
I actually haven't.
I haven't seen that.
That's the one. That's the one my friend has watched. I know he really liked it. I didn't know if you guys had an opinion on it.
You guys, roast him in the comments below if Evangelion's weird or not. Roast Sponhour's friend.
I'm pretty sure it's incredibly weird.
Well, all I've seen is like memes from it and stuff. But I mean, I know it's supposed to be good or whatever. I guess the first anime I ever watched and like loved was Cowboy Bebop. That's 24 episodes. It's very brief. And it's pretty episodic. Like it's the same people every episode, but there's not like a huge overarching story.
Yeah, definitely don't want too many people.
There's hey
4.
There's four people and a dog are the main cast, and it's like the coolest
like
guy
Scooby-Doo.
of all time. It kind of it's not unlike Scooby-Doo. It's wacky, it's fun sometimes, but then it also gets serious too. And so it's like I don't know. There's a bunch. I just feel like sometimes you do got to give some shit 50 episodes, and when you do, I feel like I could talk to you. I feel like I could talk to you in a couple years, and I would say, "Wasn't that 50 episodes so easy?" Looking back on it, don't you feel so good now?
All right. Ignore the 50 episode. Then get what would be your one? Like if you said 100. If I was gonna give it 100 episode. It has to be good if I watch 100 episodes of it.
Well, I feel like I would say Hunter x Hunter still, but One Piece. One Piece.
I'm thinking if you're, because I think Jujutsu Kaisen only takes like 18.
Yeah, that's true.
By season 2, it goes.
I've seen a clip from the One Piece live action recently, and
Don't watch that.
Don't do
the
it.
the guy blows way up, and then he deflects a cannonball back at.
So it's actually the
else's
wrong
ship.
medium for that. It would actually be way different in 2D animation. So
Yeah, the main character's powers in One Piece, he stretches. He's a rubber man, right? And so in
So
3D,
when people shoot cannonballs at his ship, he can bounce them back like the mighty Palmetto.
I
Palmetto?
guess. Yeah, what is that?
Don't even worry about it. It's
that
a little
Pokemon?
historical reference you wouldn't even get.
oh,
Okay.
You're good.
Dude, save that shit for Carson, bro. I'm not locked into fucking old stuff, dude. Yeah, but so in real life, it's gross. It's never been done well. Even when you go back and watch fucking Chris Evans' Fantastic Four or whatever, even that Mr. Fantastic stretching out is nasty as shit. And so when it's animated, it looks way better. It's not as like off-putting or anything.
If I told you, I just thought it was like stupid in concept. Even you would.
Well, you would think that, but I see. This is what I'm talking.
well, it would
about.
subvert your expectations. So the expectations that you currently have going into it, you would have them, and then over the course of the show, they'd be subverted.
Because like if I told you, like when I say the man who would become king of the pirates right now, that means nothing to you. No synapses in your brain are firing at all. It doesn't matter.
I hear King and Pirate. I think both those are sick. I'm 7.
If I came back to you 500 episodes in and I said that, you would tear up. You would be like, he is the man. He really is about to be fucking king of the pirates.
What do the drums of liberation mean to you right now? Probably nothing.
They mean absolutely nothing. Well, I also know that there's bounties in this
Yes.
in One Piece.
Yes,
But are they in berries?
Yeah, that's their
it's
currency.
the dollar.
Okay.
Don't let that stop you.
So
Nobody's
not
got
literal,
normal fucking
not
money.
literal berries.
No, it's
Well,
more
that's-
like
look, That's okay. I mean, I like Fallout, for instance, and the currency in that is bottle caps, and also like most of its lore is kind of stupid.
I love Fallout's lore. I'd be going like I've only played Fallout 4, but I've probably watched like almost a day's worth of
You've never
like,
played Fallout 4?
No, I've played Fallout 4,
Okay.
but not New Vegas or any of the
You
stuff
never
that
played
like
New Vegas? That's the good one.
I know.
I
That's what
think
people
I think
say.
I only played 4 as well. I was late to
And
it.
the gameplay was sick, but when like I would watch YouTube videos about like the most fucked up experiments ever done in the vaults or whatever, that
Vault
shit would all be
32.
talking. Yeah, it would be talking about stuff in New Vegas or whatever.
I
But so,
think, I think the writing in the Fallout series is a little bit up and down, but I think the world is incredibly cool. I mean, like when I was 11 and I first got those games, I got them from GameStop. They were $5 a pop for New Vegas and Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was so hype.
That's always neat when you encounter media as a child and then it's the best media ever, and you're like,
And then
what the hell? Why is this? Why can I never get this feeling back with any other stuff that I consume?
Have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
of course,
Okay, banger to you?
I like that. Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Okay,
Okay.
that's the
It's
gateway.
Avatar, man.
That's the gateway.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Yeah.
also like only like 60 episodes.
Yeah, but do
And I
you
think it's
think do you
good
think it
kind of
starts off
quickly.
quickly? Because it's kind
Yeah,
of
I
a
think
kid show, season 1, right?
It's
But you
kind
might
of a
have
kid
seen
show,
it
the
when you
whole
were a
thing.
kid.
Yeah, I guess I haven't. I've watched it relatively recently, I guess.
No, it definitely still holds up. Yeah. But would you? What if there was a show about volleyball?
What's it called?
Haikyuu.
Is it good?
Oh, it changed your life. I don't remember how long it takes, but it's not action. It's like, well, it is. It's sports action, and it's about improving. And there's little training arcs. Also, so basketball anime wise, you're gonna hear a lot about Kuroko. People could be like, "Oh, Matt, you freaking love basketball. Watch Kuroko." Kuroko, you leave or take, because the guys have superpowers and they're supposed to be freshmen in high school, and there's like a guy who doesn't miss a shot from 3 ever, and stuff like that. So it's hard for high level basketball thinkers like us to really get immersed in something so frivolous. But and then outside of that, there's not too many other great basketball. There's like a legendary one from the 90s called Slam Dunk. I haven't seen it, but you don't watch it for the basketball. is my understanding. It's more about the character and stuff.
The relationships.
But if you're
and
looking
stuff.
to get into sports anime, the best one is the volleyball one, Haikyuu. Oh, what a dream.
What's your favorite TV show then? Like, what do you, if you're not on anime
Ooh.
show, like, what do you watch?
Like my favorite TV shows ever.
Well, yeah, give me your
Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are up there. Seinfeld's up there. I really liked BoJack Horseman. I haven't watched that in a long time.
Okay.
Arrested Development is great. I say that's in my top 10.
I've never seen Arrested. I've seen clips from
You gotta watch
Seinfeld,
Arrested Development.
and I know that I
Seinfeld.
would
Oh,
like
you gotta
it.
watch Seinfeld. Come on.
I just never seen it. I've never.
It's so good.
I like sitcom stuff. Like I don't have beef with the concept or anything. You should
Yeah.
watch Mad Men. I'm always plugging Mad Men.
Oh,
to
I've
people.
watched like the first season of Mad Men relatively recently.
Dude, the first season, dog shit compared to the rest of the show.
Just give it 50.
I mean, it's
Really,
kind
because
of-
I watched about all the way through the first season. And I'm like, this is kind of dragging a little. I know it's bad in the current media state to say that any show drags ever, because then people just like comment like, well, you have no attention span, you're on TikTok. It's like, buddy, it's not an attention span.
Well, the
Like,
selling
I'm gonna
point
play
of Mad Men
Balatro
to
anyway.
me is not like the selling point of Mad Men is we get like this expanded world of like all the people who work with Don Draper, and they all become like fully fleshed out characters and shit. And
Right.
it's like a lens through which you look at this decade that the show spans and stuff. So the first season is just Don Draper, and in a vacuum, it's not like that. It like it's cool, I guess, but it's not what like I remember about the show when I think about how good it is.
Okay, all right, maybe I'll keep giving it a shot because I'm close to the end of the first season.
Yeah, I would say.
Are
we
you
even
gonna be steeped in Khan versus Cooper Rookie of the Year arguments? Are you gonna be in the
No,
trenches?
probably. I'm not
You're
gonna
too
be in
busy with the
trenches,
GOAT
probably.
debate, probably. That's still taking up a lot of your time.
It's fucking over, bro.
I really liked your video where I don't remember what it was about, but you were like, go tell Jordan fans to spend time with their family. Their GOAT never showed them how to do that. They don't know what it's all about or whatever.
Oh, it was the All-Star. It was LeBron getting into the All-Star game over Kawhi, and I was like, okay, well, that's just completely undefendable, right? Like Kawhi's been better for sure. So I said the angle that we have to take is that you shouldn't concern yourself with things that are not in your control, and you need to tell Jordan fans like, well, it is what it is. So I don't think we can concern ourselves with that. There's better ways to spend our lives, like spending time with our family. That was the angle that I was taking.
That's based. But
Who
no
is it?
no Rookie of the Year arguments for you.
I mean, I don't know. Like, Flag has had to take on a much different workload. He's also like really young coming into the league, so I'm not surprised that there's like a little bit more of a ramp up for him when it comes to, you know, being impactful. Like, he obviously had like a really tough first game, whereas Khan's been really good for like a competitive team since game one, and he's just been ultra consistent. So it's going to be less of a debate, I feel like, about who Khan is as a player. I don't think anybody has like any questions about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just about, do you value that, or do you value the volume of Cooper Flag more? And I've got a sneaking suspicion like which way that's going to go, man. It's going to be probably Khan, right? Or not Khan, it's going to be Cooper. I mean, it's probably going to go to the guy with bigger volume who was the first overall pick.
It's not even that much big right now. It's not that much bigger. It's like 20 points versus I think like
Sure.
18.5. But it's tough. I feel like this is also another classic. Like February through April matters way more than like November. Nobody gives a fuck.
That's also true. Like, and part of the thing is like, okay, a couple of months ago, I'm like, okay, it's Khan or whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure. And then Cooper's had some moments where he's had these huge scoring nights that Khan doesn't have. And it's like, all right, well, let's see what actually ends up happening, because these guys change so much over the course of the season. I mean, Khan's been super consistent. But like, if Flag keeps like doing stuff like that down the stretch, like, we got no chance, man. And I'll make a video making the case for Khan. I don't want to make it sound like I'm not backing up my guy, but I'm also like, I guess I'm a little prepared for it not to go our way, because Cooper Flag is He's a great player, and he's the first overall pick. And
Yeah.
Pablo, who would you pick right now?
I do think Cooper's better for sure, but I think Khan's body of work for the whole season is going to look much better statistically. So I don't know which path they'll go for the rookie. Probably the number one guy. But
yeah, like I
yeah.
I just think I would vote Khan. Like if I got a vote, I agree. Just in terms of like helping a winning team, like I don't know, doing similar volume to me on a team that is like serious and within the flow of things, and like I do think that down these next couple months it won't be the case, but I think for a lot of the season so far it has just been Cooper's got 30, turn the game on. Cooper's got 35 or whatever, and it hasn't been, you know, if Cooper has like 10 points or whatever on poor efficiency, the Mavericks suck. He has no help. We don't need to turn that game on, and like people just don't care about it. And so
that was supposed to be a championship contender. The defense wins championships. They were supposed to compete for it all.
I guess, but he's a loser, and so
that's points against him.
I guess. It's tough because I do think this is straight up greatest rookie shooting season of all time.
Oh yeah,
so,
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
I think that should gas him a little.
It would
bit,
be nice.
Least.
It would be nice if he could get to 50, 40, 90. If he got that, and like that's just such like I don't know, a big achievement.
Only 9 guys
whatever.
have ever done it. You know,
it's a swing stat.
Yeah, it would be a huge
Kendrick
swing
Perkins
stat.
on board.
And he's like basically there, guys, which is the argument I'll be like, he's basically got it.
How high are you dreaming with him in general?
I have zero idea, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, I do think like there's going to be a level of how much of like a dominant initiator could a Kneppel be? That's the ultimate question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, does he have like a first step that just crushes you or whatever? Or does he bring some physical attribute that's just really tough to deal with in a constant mismatch? Because I think basically every like top tier initiator can do that on some level. I don't know if Khan is ever going to quite be that, but when people talk about, I don't know, I think like he could be like a modern Klay Thompson offense guy with like a lot more putting the ball on the floor. And I think that's like a pretty damn good player.
I'm thinking, do you have any Devin Booker dreams?
I don't know. Do you think he's that type of off the dribble shot maker?
I don't know, because I never would have thought Devin Booker would be able to get to that level. And from 3, I think Khan is better. And then I don't know what he's shooting from mid range, but he really is like incredible. And he's got unique. He's very stout, and like when he gets you on his side, he could bump you out the way and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like I really don't want to dream too small with him. He's definitely guaranteed to be a very good player. Like the floor is so high, and I think that makes a lot of people want to. I think
already
with
with
ceiling.
Yeah, I think already with Khan, I should say, like he has beaten what a lot of people honestly would have thought his ceiling was. Like as of right now, I do think there's a level, and like it's the same. It's like the opposite with Scoot, where it's like athleticism isn't the only thing that determines your ceiling. It's not like at all. So I don't want to short sell him either, but it's just it's really, really tough. I think ceilings. Theo has recently been on this thing where he's like, I just don't even agree with the concept of ceilings. It's too difficult to discuss, and that's like not how it works. And honestly, like maybe that's kind of like my cheat answer is like it's really, really, really difficult to tell what a guy like could possibly become in terms of just like their development. There's so many different paths guys take or whatever. But I think he could get pretty dang good. I think there's a limit because he's not like a special athlete and he doesn't have a dominant physical trait. And most guys who are lead initiators are. But who knows? Not
I don't
all
know.
of them.
I'm interested. I think I think the jail dribble that people talk about is like a very interesting concept for him because I'm pretty confident in his ball handling abilities right now. So if he became a guy who could, Jalen Brunson style or whatever, which is a very high bar, obviously, get guys on his hip and keep them there. I feel like that is a path forward with every other tool. I feel like is star level. When we talk Devin Booker comps, I'm like high. I am incredibly high on Booker as like a legit slasher, just like guy who gets to the rim whenever he feels like it. And I don't know if that's the kind of player that Khan will be, but as a jump shooter, I think certainly better from the outside, comparable from what Devin Booker was doing at the same age inside the arc from mid-range and shit. And then I don't know, I feel like his playmaking and his decision making, like you said,
it's really, really good. I might agree. Like if he gets comfortable being just like the lead more often or whatever, and that handle continues, which it's not bad now. I agree, because his decision making already is like absolutely top tier. You watch him, you never feel like he gets overwhelmed. It just does not happen that often. So at least in terms of like knowing what to do next.
Yeah.
In my
opinion. And then I agree, like it feels like the Overton window, is that what it's called or whatever? I feel like it shifted where pre-draft it was like we did have this high floor, low ceiling kind of appraisal of Concanipple, and maybe that is like the same phrasing that we're using here, but like high floor is now no longer like serious starter or whatever. High floor is like, all-star, multiple time all-star kind of guy, and the ceiling is like can he be like best player on a championship contender? That's the question that we're asking now. So yeah, the conversation is very different from where it was.
I don't know. He could get pretty crazy. And I really do, like, maybe this is obvious, like so many guys, you never know how they're going to develop. But like the fact that he's just come in and so instantly made an impact makes me feel like maybe his developmental path could be surprisingly good too. Who knows? I guess there's plenty of guys who have come in and instantly been awesome and then have literally like gotten worse from there and were never quite the same. So
I would be pissed.
That's possibly not true,
like,
but I don't think that's going to be Khan,
like
right?
Tyreek Evans or whatever. But like at the same time, the same way we talk about like it would be very Hornets for Musa Diabate suspension to derail the entire season. Maybe it would be very Hornets for them to be like, remember Rookie Khan, bro? He was a demon. Oh my God. We just never got that back.
What do I think his ceiling is? I don't know. I think he's going to like have some horrible freak injury or some bullshit, and then LaMelo will too, and then this will happen like
both knees.
Yeah, something like that. No, I'm feeling pretty good about Khan, obviously.
Well, we only go an hour on Wednesdays. Hour 20. I mean, 20 minutes of anime talk thrown in there, but yeah.
Hunter, why is that? Why do you guys go shorter on Wednesday than you do on?
Because freaking load management, dude. We're freaking taking a huge hit on the weekends. Like you wouldn't believe it. It's we're basically running backs.
Yeah, and if we did this in the 90s, we would do 4 hours on Wednesday too.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have to move.
Oh, yeah. The fucking spacing of this pod in the modern day, dude.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for chopping it up. Thanks for talking Hornets and fighting and all this other shit. Stay hot in the description below. Anything else you want to plug?
Not in particular, I guess. If you leave a comment about which anime I should watch, I'll try to give one a shot. How about that?
God.
Don't say any Gooner ones, okay? They're gonna be like.
If you say a Gooner one, I'm clicking off immediately.
Would you be interested in a boy getting transported into a world where there's only girls? Because there's actually 17 different shows for you. If
I didn't know
that's
that.
your speed.
Yeah. The cool thing is if you go on Crunchyroll or whatever, every fourth show is like, I got transformed into the washing machine in the girls' bathroom. And it's like, okay.
I'm a 39-year-old loser who gets to be 14 again and get the girl.
So yeah, guys, comment that down below. Give Swan some good shit to watch. All right, David Robinson, take it away.
Up tempo means I'm going to run you into the ground.